For this ranking, I will be ranking all 20 Zelda games in the whole entire Legend of Zelda series. And it will be based on like the stories and the gameplays and all those great stuff. Yoshi, where's the best? 19 Four Swords. This game is forgettable, has multiplayer, and it's so short. 18 Four Swords Adventures. It's not bad for a short game, but it has pretty bad sales, and usually you have to get 2 copies of this game. You have to get Game Boy Advances, and also so many other stuff. Okay, yeah, you get the point. 17 Triforce Heroes. This is like a good multiplayer game, but the problem is the story, and usually it's about fashion logic. 16 Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. This game is sort of forgettable, but this is more of an RPG Zelda game, and this is slow pacing because of the villages. And literally, it's so hard that I just want to give up. 15 The Legend of Zelda. This is the original game that made the whole franchise possible. What makes it so low on the list is how outdated it is at this point. 14 Phantom Hourglass. This is a sequel to The Wind Waker. Usually there's a bunch of phantom coming and you're trying to save Pirate Tetra and you're trying to find new Hyrule. But the only problem is with this game that you have to go to the same place over and over. And they made the ceiling more lame. 13 Spirit Tracks. This is a more better version of Phantom Hourglass. Usually instead Link is now an engineer, and usually this one counselor is trying to unlock a god, and usually your companion is now Zelda and she controls Phantom Guards, and that's great. However, it still has like the bad DS references. 12 Skyward Sword. Usually not a bad or good Zelda game. It just has so many flaws because of the motion controls, the precise motion controls, the lame overworld, and the companion in this game is even more annoying than Navi. 11 A Link Between Worlds. This is more like a better version of A Link to the Past. It is more like about paintings, and Link can become a painting. That's creative, but the problem is the game style. 10 Oracle of Ages and Seasons. These are like fun Game Boy Color Zelda games. They're creative. 1, you go back in time, and 2, you change seasons. The problem is that this game didn't get a remake when Link's Awakening did. 9 Diminish Cap. This is like another creative Zelda game that the fans were asking for. Link gets shrunk down to a size of a Minish, and this is another creative thing. The only problem is how underrated it is. It's really a good game. 8 A Link to the Past. This is one of the most iconic 2D Zelda games that there is, and this brought many references that came to future Zelda games. And also, the world is like really good for 2D platforming. 7 A Link's Awakening. This is one of the most creative ones because this one is fresh. It doesn't have Hyrule, it doesn't have Zelda, it's fresh. 6 Majora's Mask. This is another one of those fresh games, and it's the most creative Zelda game I've ever played. So you're in a land called Termina, and you're trying to survive from the moon from 3 days' time. You have to unlock 4 gods. 5 The Wind Waker. Usually, even though the more cartoony look, it's still good because it brought like the big open world. 4. Ocarina of Time. This is one of the best video games that's still out there, even though if it's still old. 3. Twilight Princess. This is still one of my favorite games, even from 17 years ago, because this is a more realistic Zelda game, and this is my favorite Zelda stories that's still out there, and it has the best companion that anyone can have in a video game. 2. Tears of the Kingdom. This is also one of the best sequels that there is out there, because without Breath of the Wild, this would have never been a sequel, because this is a really great sequel and it changes some of the first game's problems, and I still love it. 1. Breath of the Wild. This is my favorite game of all time. It used to be Galaxy 2, but not anymore. So, in Breath of the Wild, usually you have a free open area and a glider and a bunch of new stuff, and there's also multiple ways of doing stuff nowadays.